everyone. Welcome to Spam Knits, and welcome to 2026. It's a new year, and I'm back with episode 4. I took a little break to spend some time with family and just to sort of focus on starting my year off a little slow and intentional. So yeah, but I'm back, and one of my sort of goals of this year is to really try to be consistent here on YouTube in sharing what I am sipping, perusing, adorned with, and making. Spam. So that's what this is. It's a little short form podcast where I talk about those things. I am really inspired by Katrin Seeberger, so this sort of follows a similar format to her Dork. So yeah. All right, without further ado, sipping. I'm drinking something that's just okay. This is wild berry poppy soda. Yeah, it's okay. It's not my favorite, but it came in a pack of 3 from Costco with my favorite, cherry limeade, and I think I've now had all of the cherry limeade, so I'm down to the other 2, which is wild berry and orange cream. So it's okay. It's not great, but it's the sugar boost I need in the afternoon. So that's that. Perusing. I am reading a really good book right now. This is The Mysterious Case of the Alperton Angels by Janice Hallett. And it is so good. It sort of follows this true crime writer who is uncovering this story, and it's written in like text messages and emails, and I love books like that. As a child, and I'm not gonna remember the author, but I'll put it in the description box down below, I was obsessed with these books, this book series, and I remember one of them, I believe the first one in the series is called Regarding the Fountain, and it was written as sort of like an like a collage of different mixed media, and it told this sort of mysterious story of a water fountain, the designing of a water fountain, and I loved it. I still name that as one of my favorite books of all time, and this book feels very similar but higher stakes. It's about a true crime writer, Amanda, who is writing about the case of the Alperton Angels, which was a cult, and so yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I am, let's see how far I am, 63% through, and like I'm so lost still. Like I still don't understand what's going on, but I'm really enjoying it. So that's that. Okay, adorned with. I meant to say this at the beginning, but I forgot. I am adorned with a giant bug bite on my head. I don't know how I got it. I don't know where I got it. I hate unknown bug bites. Really gross me out, but whatever. Seems fine. Kind of itchy, whatever. Anyway, so that's that. I'm adorned with that, annoyingly. But more importantly, I am wearing my Esther jacket. This is a pattern by petiteknit. It is one of the things in my wardrobe that I am most proud of. It is so beautiful to me. Like looking at it now on the camera, I'm like, oh my god. It took me a year. I think I knit it all of 2020, like half of 2024, half of 2025 maybe. I don't know, it took me forever. I knit it with Drops Kid Silk mohair in a sort of lightish marzipan kind of color, and some hand spun yarn, which I purchased at a yarn sale at Scrap in San Francisco, which is a creative reuse store. And yeah, it's the best. And they had like a huge quantity of this off-white hand spun, and I really wanted this jacket. It's been on my dream knit list for a long time, and I finally did it. So yeah, sorry I can't link to the yarn, but it's a really cool yarn. I'm sure you could find something very similar. It was the right weight thing, and I knit it in kind of an oversized fit, but I love it. It's so cozy, and it's been really chilly here, so it's been the perfect thing. Okay. Making. Okay, I made a bunch of things for Christmas gifts, but I gifted them, so I do not have them. Some of them I finished while I was at home for the holidays and then gifted them immediately. One of them, which I will show you a picture of because I believe I talked about it, is that I knit my sister, and I have a picture here, an emotional support chicken. And this is how it came out. You probably can't see it super well because of the reflection of my home, but that's what it looked like. She's so cute, and my sister keeps sending pictures of her like in funny situations. My sister is a nurse, and she needed to do like a patient evaluation, and so she filmed the chicken, or she took a picture of the chicken as her patient in the evaluation. So very fun, very funny. It was such a sweet gift to give, and I loved giving it. I also knit her some sailor slippers while I was home, but again, I don't have those, and I have no photographic evidence because I finished them on Christmas Eve and put them in the wash. So they were immediately gifted away, so I don't have those. And then the remainder of my time at home, I started and let me pull a pattern over here. This is my Shifting Mood Scarf by Anna, I think it's husemann. It is the pattern that was in the A Verb for Keeping Warm. I don't know if you can tell, but the yarn management is a nightmare on this one. Partially my own fault, definitely. It was the Solstice knitting experience pattern from A Verb for Keeping Warm this year. So I purchased that Solstice knitting experience. I think I talked about it in my previous video. And yeah, this is the pattern that came with that. And it came with all of the yarn to knit it. So I have made a start. This is my first ever intarsia pattern. And as I said, the yarn management is really tricky, but I am loving the way it's coming out. So you start with 2 strands of the green, you then transition to one strand of a bluer color called Mist, and then another one strand of the green. So you're sort of fading these colors in. And I have just started this first row here of 2 colors of Mist together. So it sort of fades from the green into the blue, and then it will fade to this final corally color called Mesa. And I can actually pull up all of these colors for you. So these are the 3 mohair colors. This is in A Verb for Keeping Warms. I have all the labels, look at this. Frond base, will that focus? Yes, frond base, which is kid mohair and silk. And then the brown main color is their bread and butter pretzel base in the color porcini. Porcini mushrooms. It is 100% US merino wool, and it is, I believe, a DK weight. So yeah, so that's been really fun. It's slow progress, and like I said, the yarn management has been a little tricky for me. Here's the back. It's looking a little messy. But I'm really loving it, and I can't wait to have the finished project. So yeah, so that shouldn't take too much longer for me. I really just need to like dedicate a little bit of mental focus to it. But I have had some other knitting going on, so I have been working on that. So, in addition to that, one of my goals for 2026 is to knit 12 pairs of socks. Will it happen? I don't know, but I would love to try to knit 1 pair of socks every month. I am not really a sock knitter, but I would love to be. And so yeah, so I just want to try and like sort of force myself to do this. I also have a lot of single skeins of sock weight yarns, and so I think another part of this is that I really just want to try and use those skeins up. My yarn cabinet is really overflowing, and so one of my goals is to get that back down to a more manageable place. So yeah, so what I started is a DRK everyday sock. So I have not knit this pattern yet. It is a very popular sock pattern by Drea Renee Knits, DRK. And lots of people knit it. It is an all over ribbed sock. And yeah, knit on little teeny tiny needles. I am using 6-inch circulars, so they are on this little tiny needle. This stitch marker is from Fangirl Fibers. It has a little sun and it came in like a little witchy set of stitch markers. And the yarn I am using is Peyton's Croy Socks FX. And I first heard about Peyton's Croy, sorry, I'm like trying to see myself and see if this is gonna focus. I first heard about this yarn from the Grocery Girls, who I love. And this colorway is Clover Colors, I think is what it's called. But yeah, I think it's called Clover Colors. It's hard to tell. And it is 75% wool, 25% nylon. And these socks are for me. So yeah, I'm hoping in all of it to make some socks for my partner and friends too. But for right now, I'm starting out with socks for myself. So yeah, so this is my progress so far. Maybe not even halfway through the foot. But I'm trying to knit a little bit on it every day and just flex my sock muscle. I think I'm discovering that maybe tiny circulars are not the way I want to knit socks. So if you have tips on ways you like to knit socks, I know a lot of people do ChowGoo sock needles in Magic Loop, and I do think I might go out and grab some maybe this weekend and give that a try. That's how these socks are at least started out, and Andrea has the pattern written for like a top needle and a bottom needle, so I instead just have markers denoting half of the stitches on each side. But yeah, so if you have any tips, I've used double pointed needles too. I don't love those, mainly just because of the jogs that seem to happen. And you know, I've gotten much better at knitting since I started, and so maybe I would be better about those jogs these days. But in the meantime, if you have any tips about ways you like to knit socks, let me know. I think I'll proceed with these, at least knit this pair on tiny circulars, and if at that point I'm really feeling like, I don't love this, it just feels like I'm a doll. Like I don't know, I think it kind of hurts my hands. So we'll see. I may end up going to Magic Loop. I know another YouTuber that I follow and really love is Nitty Natty, and she always does her socks on Magic Loop. So that's that. Okay, the final knitting project that I am working on, I'm doing all accessories right now, you guys. I need to cast on a sweater. I'm feeling desperate for a sweater right now. But the other project that I am working on is a, I think it's Maxine, is that right? Yes, Maxine hot water bottle cover for my partner. So we are hot water bottle lovers in this house. We love to heat them up, put them in the bed before we go, like before we start our show for the evening, and then we'll climb into bed and the bed is so warm and cozy. And as somebody who has pretty extreme monthly pain due to my cycle, I really rely on my hot water bottle for pain relief too. And I'm just somebody who runs cold, so I am a hot water bottle lover, and I've gotten my partner hooked. So for him, I started this one. And I went ahead and knit it in a bunch of yarns from my stash. So this blue yarn is, or sort of tealy yarn, is just a wool cotton mix. And I don't know if you can tell on screen from all the puckering, but the woolly yarns that I used in between are definitely a heavier weight, but I'm kind of okay with that. I had this bag of, sorry for the crinkling and numbering. I had this bag of like mixed wool scraps that were part of a kit to make some scarf that I was never gonna make, and it was gifted to me. And so I was like, I want to use those up, and they looked like his colors, so I thought, okay, I'll use them for this hot water bottle cover. So I'm very close to done. I just have the ribbing left. The ribbing is like 5.5 inches, and I'm so bad at guessing lengths, maybe 1.25 inches in. I don't know, I'll have to measure it after this. So still a ways to go, but what I'm trying to do now is I have all these like small little scrappy bits of yarn left over from the color work, so I'm just trying to use those up. So I think I'm going to do the red, then the green, and then whatever I have left I will use the tan or goldish tan color. So that's the plan there. And yeah, we'll just see what comes of it. But I'm loving, now that I'm looking at this on camera, I absolutely love it. And I have one of these for myself. I should have grabbed that probably, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I have one of these for myself, and I feel like this is like, I don't know, we're not super concerned with like gender stereotypes in this house, but this one feels very boy and mine feels very girl, which is kind of funny. So they'll be very distinctive, I guess is the main takeaway. So yeah, and I just love this pattern. I think it's so cute. I think it's so great. I wanted to gift a bunch of them this year, but it does take time to knit this, and yeah, but it's a really special gift for someone that I love a lot. So I'm excited to gift it to him. He knows about it. He just hasn't seen it, so he'll be surprised by the colors. So yeah. And then the final thing I wanted to share with you is not so much knitting, etc. I know I've talked a little bit about journaling here, but yesterday evening some friends came over and we did an evening of vision boarding. So this is my little vision board that I made. I used washi tape, some stickers, and then a bunch of cutouts from magazines. So yeah, that's what that looks like. I have like a garden. I want to do more gardening, more biking, maybe a trip to Europe, maybe a trip to Hawaii or the beach. There's a little skiing thing. What else? Horses. I love horses. I used to horseback ride as a kid and I would like to do more of it. I want to learn to surf this year. I take ballet classes and I want to keep that up this year. Behind that there are a bunch of knits, like knit textures, hard to see here. Little YouTube guy for sharing with all of you. And then finally, I just love the full moon and I thought this was so beautiful, so I'm hoping to see more full moons in 2026. So yeah, this was such a fun activity and really fun to do with friends. I feel like I have other goals for 2026 and like, you know, whatever, but this is just fun. It was fun to like look at and talk to friends about what they want to do, and to all the fuzzies from my sweater are all stuck in it. Yeah, just to like sit down and have a night of collaging. So yeah, so that was really fun and I just wanted to share it here in case it was inspiring to anyone. Oh, and I used a bunch of washi tape, which I actually got in my A Verb for Keeping Warm solstice box, and I use that to sort of like add to the collage. So yeah, it's also just like a really fun piece of art that I can't wait to hang up above my desk. So yay. Okay, I hope you guys have great visions for 2026 and that you are, you know, entering the year with lots of love and light. I know that that feels really hard for me right now, both sort of personally and globally, and I'm just sending you all the best wishes for love and hugs and warmth and health in this year. And yeah, I hope you all are well. And yeah, I hope I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, bye.